This podcast of storytellers would like to acknowledge the first storytellers whose land we are recording on today, the first peoples of the Kulin Nation. We would like to pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. We acknowledge them and their Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples whose culture lives on today in Nam, the city, Melbourne. Theirs is the oldest in the world, and their sovereignty was never ceded.
Welcome, all you baddie, one baddie allowed. Hello, all you baddie bender babe.
Oh, wow.
Welcome. There's only three. Welcome, three.
Do you want to back it up and
Nope.
we'll call it a 4-star?
Baddie bender babe.
They all have to fight for it. That one title.
Yeah, if you believe that you are the baddie this time, let me know.
Agna Qel'a.
Yeah, Agna Qel'a. The baddie's Agna Qel'a until there's one standing.
Foster and Baber. That's
Oh no. I hate you. Welcome to the Book of War, the story of 4 runaways seeking the Book of War in a world without the Avatar. My name is Jesse Thomas and I play Minh, FANG, the Foundling, he, him, a repressed runaway lava bender from the Earth Kingdom who found a new home for themselves in the Northern Water Tribe while hiding from deadly family secrets.
27 takes and that was the best one.
My Minh fact this week is not a fangtality. It's actually forced upon me by everyone else, demanding to know what I think a potato surprise is.
What if they died by potato surprise?
No. So a potato surprise is where you get a potato, you boil it with the skin on, very important. You then cut an oval shape off the top, and then you hollow out the potato, and then you get that potato, you mash it up, you add a bunch of stuff to it.
It's got big stuffy vibes. Everybody.
It's very similar to Big Stuffy.
Stuffy vibes.
So you grab the innards of the potato, you mix it up with like chives, spices, meats if you're a meat eater, vegetables if you're vegetarian. You mix it all together and then you roast it. You roast the mashed potato, salt it, stuff it back in the potato, put the potato skin back over,
and then throw it at someone.
And then you're meant to take a big bite of it, because the surprise is you don't know how this particular person has prepared the potato. So every single time it's a potato surprise, because how do you make a potato surprise?
Jesse, this
is a surprise.
This is the big stuffy with the potato. That's all this is.
No. It's Big Stuffy is the same no matter where you get it. Potato surprise could have you don't know how someone makes a potato surprise.
All right.
You may not even know it was you may not even know it is a potato surprise.
Exactly. You could have like a potato that you think is another form of potato. Lol, jokes. It's a potato surprise, you idiot.
Yep, you idiot.
Yeah. It's actually not a pile of mashed potatoes. There's a whole potato in there filled with something else other than, it's like, yeah. Potato surprise comes in any form. Lucas, save me.
Potatoes. Oh, copyright.
Boil and mash them, stick them in a stew.
Boil and mash them, stick them in a stew.
Please, Greg, no.
I am Lucas. I play Tomo, the hammer, he, him, a combustion bender freed from his past demons and is ready to unleash his power to right all the many wrongs in the world. Tomo fact. I have an actual Tomo fact today.
Ooh,
because this literally just happened. Nuro stabbed Tomo in the heart. He was eavesdropping on that last conversation, and I think when Tomo hears about the whole, I'm letting Nuro walk all over, like that's how Nuro perceived Tomo to be, like this sort of a soft, squishy thing.
Oh no!
And I
think there's a misunderstanding here.
Maybe, but like I think Tomo is like, because Tomo really tries very hard with Nuro, as imperfectly as a traumatized, child of war can be. Mm-hmm. And I think hearing that would just, and especially because it was like, of course it was unintentional. Like Nuro had no idea. So that is about as honest as, Nuro can be. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to get opponent marker and just put insecure.
Oh no.
Anyway, but look,
Tomo.
but there are bigger issues to deal with right now. So Tomo's just gonna just push that aside for now.
Hello, my name is Georgie Hazel, and I play.
That's so good.
Hello, my name is Georgie Hazel, and I play Nuro, the Destined, they, she, he. Nuro is a runaway from the strange and mystical foggy swamp. Once a lone wanderer and now part of a pack, Nuro finds themselves navigating a world more complex and mysterious than they ever knew. But every step they take from the swamp, the shadow grows bigger. My factor is going to be that Nuro is an airbender now, at least a baby one. Woo-woo.
That's very cool.
It's very cool.
I mean, to be fair, that just makes you a waterbender. Like,
Can bend ice, actually.
No, I think that's pretty exciting, but I guess
It is. It absolutely is exciting.
it's super exciting.
yeah,
And it's my first official, it's Neuro's first official move.
First succeeded learned move.
Yeah, they never wrapped their head around healing, unfortunately, except to absorb.
you found a different way around it.
Yeah, I found a different way.
You found loopholes.
But yeah, that's very
Destiny track, baby.
cool. Yeah,
Do whatever I want move, actually, Ash, it says.
100%.
Wait, what? Yeah, I like that it's like, oh, it's my first real move, but you've like got so many in there. It's like, I can do
I've
whatever
got
I want. I just
so
do
much-
this.
Exactly.
So did you? I'm just going to talk to your head because I can. I'm just going to know everything about a place because I can. I'm just going to create a giant swamp monster because I can. Because I can.
Just go.
Because I can.
Actually, it was a sea monster.
Yeah,
Speaking of monsters, my name is Ash and I play Levy, the Prodigy. They, them.
good. That's good.
A runaway whose new friends covered their escape from a prison but is feeling a bit spineless about re-entering a world that seems to have forgotten them. Now torn, they need to decide if their journey is about returning to their mark or starting a whole new chapter. And Levy was like on seeing Agna Qel'a. He's really excited to be in what is functionally like the spiritual capital of the world at this point, right? Like in all of this here Avatar verse, at the moment, I don't think there's anywhere that is more spiritual than right here.
I mean,
No,
But
it's got Tui and La, so like
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's
it's got actual like spirits,
spirits.
living there.
I mean, would it be more spiritual than the swamp, though?
yeah, maybe the swamp is the most
Ooh, yeah.
spiritual. Like,
Yeah,
But it could be
that's,
equally, like, it could be in different ways.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, maybe we'll get there when we get to the swamp episodes that I
that's
definitely
right.
haven't been
Then we
putting
can
off.
compare.
No, not at all.
Hello, my name is Ash. I am the Grand Master of the White Lotus, or Goose Monkey, whichever you prefer. So between the last record and this one, I have attempted to figure out how the naming conventions works for streets and canals and everything in Agna Qel'a, and I got Bupkis, Zip, and Zero. So
What?
Bupkis, Zip, and Zero. Absolutely nothing. And so
Nada.
as a result, I'm still just going to be like, yep, it's over there, and that's that. And Jesse, you can argue as much as you like. But
when you say Canal 7, it actually kind of reminds us of New York. You know how like they're all numbers and like it's like the corner of 22
Corner of Canal
and
7
30
and
72.
Sluice Gate 3.
Something like
that's
that.
very good, Jesse. I like Sluice Gate 3. Because I was trying to think of the same thing. It's just like, that and Ice Road 5. But Sluice Gate's much better.
Oh, you just named them all after snow. Like they probably had like a million words for snow.
Yeah.
In-
Just use all the snow.
I don't know them.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, with that, let's get into the wonderful place that is Agna Qel'a. Roll the music. So the four of you spent a little bit of time traveling. We just sort of did a bit of a time skippy type thing as you sort of made your way from the Fire Nation up to the Northern Water Tribes. And you've arrived, Daj sort of smoothed over your entry a little bit, and you've kind of got a little bit of free reign here. Minh, Fang, you are officially the only local.
Yeah, which is weird, being an earthbender and a local.
Also, just in case you didn't listen to the last episode and are a little bit lost, Minh Fang, mild panic attacks.
Yeah, I don't, and let me tell you, I don't know why that was not going to be the energy Jesse was planning to bring in, but the moment we started talking about the North, I always knew Minh didn't want to go there again. But yeah, he is panicked, and Jesse doesn't know why. but he is really stressed out about being here again. And I think it's because it's like him leaving was quite dramatic and quick
Totally.
and technically recent. So like going back to the Earth Kingdom home, he hadn't been there in 6 years or something. 7 years in the, so
It was a while.
this
Yeah.
is still fresh.
this is like, oh, everyone will absolutely remember who Minh is, you know? And there's a chance you'll see school friends walking down the street and stuff. So he's like, oh,
Right now it's school time, so you're in the clear.
wow, but it's been so long. It's been nearly a year. So like they're not, maybe his peers aren't in school anymore. He doesn't know. He's a bit freaked out. So I think Minh brings everyone down through the dock area and he's sort of like meandering and trying to decide which way to go. And then he's like, oh, you know, it's the middle of the day. Like, would Dad be up the top? But if he is, maybe Mum's home. Maybe is Mum here yet? Mother? Mummy, darling? Dearest? Oh, she's going to be so confused.
Minh, Fang,
Yeah.
let's just go to your house.
Okay.
Either way,
You're
that
right.
would be a good place to rest.
We can chill.
Regroup.
Regroup. We can decide. Yes, and we need to talk to my dad about your he gestures to everyone problems. Okay, I know Levy, you got your stuff going on. Tomo,
Yes.
you know, upset tummy. Nuro's.
I mean, well,
Well, he said plural.
Neuros.
Nuro's.
I mean, let's go then. And like Levy's just going to start walking. So
Yes, no, they're right. This way.
How,
What? Go on.
yeah, it's
Before I
I
get
think
before I lose
Tomo
my
and
nerve.
Nuro
I
maybe
think
look at each other.
we look at each other like have Levy been here before?
Yeah, I think we just very slowly maybe start following along, but it's just like
Yeah.
that was like a little.
I think ever since Tomo like accidentally said run away, I think something's been stirring, like something, like a feeling.
Well, yeah, we're just we're following Levy, I guess, to your home.
I think Minh catches up and is walking next to him, sort of like pointing to things,
yeah.
being like. So yeah, that's where I did my first grift. He pointed. He's like, so yeah, people they were coming for marriage advice, and I was pretending to be my dad.
Oh, and this is this is where you got that fur coat. Or
Yeah, I got that. That's so good. So if you need good, expensive, but best quality will last you a lifetime.
Right. Okay.
I like to. Can we establish that maybe our clothes are a little bit different now that we're deep in?
I think maybe the waterbenders have given us like their coats.
Yeah.
I imagine Nuro like wrapped up in a parka and it's just sort
fully
of like
just really struggling to walk straight in it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, I look, you all, none of you stand out. How's it? Like, potentially you don't necessarily blend in, but you don't stand out.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Tomo's probably very tall, like still very tall.
oh yeah.
So it's early afternoon, somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock, I would say. It's really interesting. I didn't sort of mention in the last episode docking here because you just move in and the boat just does its own thing because you've got the
Bunch of
waterbenders
waterbenders.
just move it for you.
That's really cool.
It's like, you take it's like a tractor beam. Yeah, like
Or it's like those fancy car parks that you drive in and then they just go.
Yeah.
And then it gets put away in a building you can't see.
It is also one of those things that actually once you dock, it moves up a little bit so the boat can't escape.
Oh, it's like
just
dry docked.
a little bit
sort of.
dry docked,
That's
yeah,
cool.
so that if there is some bad stuff, they can just jettison you.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think Minh will take you up some stairs and like take you onto like a section of the city that's a bit like up, like on like a second like a second level.
Yes, it is multi-tiered. This
Yep.
city.
Yeah. And a far cry from Min's, like the Fang estate. There, he takes you to like a door with a window in a wall. That's like, hey guys, so this is my place, and you see like some fancy writing above.
Is it in the nicer part of town?
I think it's in like the middle part of town. I don't think it's in the nice section. I think it's like actually, I think Yuka lived and wants to live like amongst everyone and amongst the busyness of
choice.
life.
Place like the common people,
Sort of. I never pictured, whenever I was
living in the ass like a family man.
when I was picturing this house, it's literally like, I think you go in, it's one big room that's carved out of the ice, and then there's like a bunch of other rooms carved and like holes, like these arches, and it's not that big. It's kind of like a very small family home.
You know what I'm picturing? Like, basically take sort of any premise out of like a Star Wars ship when they're just like, yep, here is your main living area and like little areas you can walk into. Oh, and it's all ice instead of like beep boobs.
Oh yeah, for sure, it's all ice. Yeah. But yeah, it's like you would have expected Minh to be in like this big lavish thing, but like life here for them is not the same as it is in the Earth Kingdom.
So you're just walking through the door?
I think Minh like goes to, and then like he sort of like stops.
Levy's going to be like, he just pushes your elbow where your where your bandana, the new headband type things. He just touches that and moves your that little bit closer to the door.
Yeah, thanks, Levy. This is why you're my best friend. Okay.
Hey man, I got to do things.
And
Tomo
he
does a
and he sort of like knocks on the door.
Come in.
Oh, it's his mother. Oh, he sort of like looks. He's like, oh no. And he turns to everyone with
And
like
I think we're just like,
pained expression.
oh no.
I mean, I don't. Can Tomo be excited?
Yes.
Yes, Tomo can be excited.
But he's discreet about it. He's matured since the last time.
You and Levy may be best friends, but soon we'll be brothers. So.
Oh no. And he's like, Mother, I'm home. And pushes the door open and walks in just with like the gall of a teenager that hasn't been home in months.
Sitting really lazily on the couch, that's the only way to describe it. Your mother says, I was wondering when you were going to attend.
Good to see you too. And he just goes to his room. Everyone, you know my mother.
Before you do that, you actually, I think you start to move that way, and then a rocky arm like bars your path. It isn't as opulent as it once was, but it's functional. And as it does, she goes to rejoin it. And as she does, she embraces you in a big hug.
Yeah, Minh will hug back with like a very, very subtle eye roll that she no doubtly feels because of the seismic sense. But,
I mean, that takes a master to just like, did you just roll your eyes at me, young man?
I absolutely did not.
Detect the heavy sass.
Detect the heavy sass. That's great.
Good. That's the mastery condition. You need to know when someone's sassing you.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to see you, son.
Does she mention his massive scar on his face at all?
I think that
Because like that's the biggest thing. I think now that I'm thinking about it and thinking about why Minh was nervous, I actually might have think that might have been it. Actually, like this is quite a very distinct facial feature.
roll assess the situation.
9. What here can I use to understand my mother?
Okay. So this realization comes to you immediately, right? Minh Fang gets this thing. Is this what I'm so stressed about? I feel so different. I feel so changed. And even looking at her, she feels different from the last time you saw her and not quite as you remember. So you're like, what is different? What's going on? And she pulls herself away, and there is no doubt that she looks at this scar. And Minh, for the first time you think you've ever seen, and I think some of the other people will probably pick it up because they're more tuned into this sort of thing, but specifically Minh, you get the impression that she is concerned for you. But then very, very quickly, that face goes back to her usual demeanor, and she smiles and repeats the line, "It is so good to see that you're safe."
Oh yeah, well, can't keep us down. The terrible two over here, elbows Levi, and these crazy kids we got running around with over here. I'm 18 now, by the way.
Yeah.
So he goes, I think actually there's a liquor cabinet and he just goes straight for it, and she pulls him away with the rock hand.
She takes a second, and it's not that she forgot that it was your birthday, but she realizes what date it is today, and she's like, oh my gosh. I was going to wait for your father to be here. I'll rephrase. I thought we'd both be here when we saw you when this happened, but here. And she goes into her room and
Sort of give everyone like a questioning look, like, I don't know what's about to happen.
and when she comes back, she has a box, and it is a solid granite box. And she presents it to you, and she goes, "This is for you. Happy birthday."
Ooh, more presents. I've been spoiled this year, let me tell you. Usually it's just a potato surprise. My favorite restaurant. He sits down and he
Levi's like, "That's great. I love a potato surprise.
right? How good are potato surprises?
I mean,
And he puts it down and he like Lucas dying over there.
Sorry.
It's okay, buddy.
It's so bad.
Get it out.
No, the potato surprise.
The potato surprise, yeah. It's like, you don't want to make a potato good? Well, still make it a potato, but there's something else in
I'm
it.
into the potato surprise, Jesse.
At least, hey, at least you're living down the big stuffy failure.
I think
It's a real dish. It's a real dish.
I think maybe is like Min's going to open it, background banter. Nuro just like bows slightly to make sure. Was like, "Hello again, ma'am. Make anyone cry lately?"
Oh, get her.
She sort of smiles, and to say it's a wicked smile isn't quite right. It's more just like, nice try. It's just
Like a little, but without the
only people who deserved it.
love your work. And Nuro just backs up really slowly.
Tomo just does the crisp cut, general.
Oh, yes.
And that's pretty much it. And just like steps back.
Levi just does the weirdest, most casual salute, like, "Yes, boss lady."
I think the box kind of has to be bent open because it's made of granite.
it's
is it?
sealed. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's sort
It's
of
like
like
cracking open a geode.
Like he goes to open it and then he like can't, and he's like rolls his eyes because he's like, yeah, of course she gave him a box.
She felt that one.
Yeah, he had to bend over. He let her see it, and sort of like he sort of like hits it with 2 fists down, and then like pulls up the pins that weren't there that you couldn't see, and then the box can open. He opens the box.
So the box might be a little bit smaller than you were visualizing, but the effect still works.
Sure.
And sure enough, it is some sort of geode. And right in the middle of that geode is a ring. And the ring is carved from a piece of ironwood. So no stone, no metal, something that had to be artisan made. Mm-hmm. And it is the FANG family crest.
Oh, FANG family ring. I think you hear Minh whisper that, "FANG family ring."
Oh yeah, Levi's like, "Hey, Minh, family ring.
FANG family ring. Yeah. Do you know what this means? And he looks to everyone. He's like,
What does it mean?
I'm an official representation of the family now. That means everything I do directly affects my mother's reputation, good or bad." You see a wicked smile as he picks up the ring and he's like, "Ha ha ha ha!"
Everyone sees her roll her eyes.
And he puts the ring on like he's putting some sort of ancient artifact into a slot as he puts it on his ring. And he's like, "Your reputation holds no bounds upon me, mother." And he flashes the ring at her.
She's like, "That's great. Now sit down. I'm going to prepare you some tea."
So sorry.
Does he sit down?
Yeah. He was pushing it. He knew that he was getting flamboyant with her. But she was like, "Nope."
Tea for everyone, yes?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, mother. Thank you,
And
mother.
you points at Levi, and Levi's like, yes, yeah, okay. And yes, you sit in that sort of living area. I picture it like one of those 60s dens that go down.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of like the 60s Zen vibe with a big like a table and like couches that are carved.
Yeah, the couches are carved, but
Like-
the cushions are comfy. Like,
Okay, I was going to say, am I just going to slip right off?
No, like it's really interesting because at some point when Levi was talking about that groove that was in the the hot springs at Caledon from that time that he was there, is like you sort of like you could definitely see where your dad sits. Every time.
Yeah.
Like, it's there.
Just flamboyantly laying around.
You definitely see that there's something in the coffee table type space that like is where his foot sits so often.
But yeah, I don't think there is Min's spot, possibly, that he always sits in, which sort of like opposite his dad, so they could talk, but like lays about, that he sort of sits in. And he's sort of like, come on, guys, take up a seat.
Yeah, it's like it's very much a circular space so that people can talk because there's no TVs to watch. So it's like,
May as well look at each other.
And, you know,
may as well.
Yuka's dad, like, his job is to be a people person and
Correct,
talk to people. So,
Yes,
like,
that makes sense. Makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, I reckon Nuro will take a seat and wait for the tea. But looking around, like, what's interesting about what's is Minh seeing anything that he wants to like tell stories about or something? Like,
no, I think a lot of this space is like it's truly Yuka's. Like it is Yuka's house in entirety. There is no FANG, not necessarily any FANG stuff. You do see like a FANG sort of symbol, crest, whatever it might be, like carved into something somewhere.
There is definitely a family portrait that's been painted that's hanging, which is the three of you.
how young is Minh? Baby?
Yeah, it would be you're telling me baby?
Oh no, like
Because I'm in my brain, I'm like Nuro's age would be funny.
well, I'm
He's still at the Earth.
I'm picturing like 3, so big enough to stand, and has his like hair like perfectly like like I think even back then his hair was just like look at cute. Yeah.
I think Nuro just nudges Tomo and it's just like pointing up at it like
He's always had it.
he's always had it.
Always had it. But to be honest though, Tomo is. Can I roll and assess the situation on this tingling feeling that Tomo has been like developing?
What tingling feeling?
There's just something about the fact that like Tomo doesn't remember Levi ever like been to the Northern Water Tribe as far as he knows. And I think there's just something odd about the way that they just sort of knew the way. And also there's this strange sense of like, for some reason, Tomo had it in his head that he was Minh Fang's best friend. And I think,
you're allowed to be wrong, man. Like,
no, I could be up. You know what? Never mind. I think I'm just overthinking.
No.
As I tend to do.
Look, I think that's fair. You can roll. And do you have any issue? No. Go ahead. See, this is why you banned from those dice, Luke. That's how you broke them the first time.
I'm sorry.
He's back on the stone dice one time and then immediately does the thing that he'd used to break it last time.
Ash, by the way, did we got rid of all for fatigue?
Yeah, I think that this is the moment. Everyone settles in and they sit down, except for you, Levi, because you got that one, the 2 from helping Nuro. Everyone clears everything except 1 fatigue and 1 condition.
Cool.
We know what that one condition for Tomo's going to be.
I love that.
Side eye.
Yeah, this is like as you sit down, you realize that now all of a sudden you're in a safe space. Like, as in just all of that stress that you didn't even realize you were holding it. It's just gone. It's just.
Minh is still insecure. I think that's appropriate, but he's no longer afraid, and he has 1 fatigue.
Yeah, and obviously I'm keeping my angry and guilty. So
Yeah. So I think it's being in this basically quite a stark environment with just us. There is a clarity of this moment here, possibly that Tomo is sort of maybe tapping into. So that's an 8 on assess the situation.
Okay, and what's the question you want to be asking exactly?
I guess it's kind of like somewhere between who or what is the biggest threat and what should I be on the lookout for, because like Tomo's got a tingle and something in here is causing that.
Tomo's got a tingle is a great line.
We've had the Tomo tingle.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Sorry. Yeah, I guess that's my question.
Okay. And so you're asking, like, go on, pick which one you actually want.
Okay.
Use the words.
Who or what is the biggest threat?
Okay. You sort of look around, and as this question comes into your mind, it's just like, yeah, there are some things that don't feel right. And then I think that you look at Levi, and Levi looks at you and is like, hey, you look stressed. You stressed?
No. I am just trying to remember if you've told me that you've been here before or not.
Well, no, I definitely haven't been, but like I get the. Do you feel like this place is just full of like spirit?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you're like kind of in tune with that thing, but I know that Minh's not, but like you and I, hey, Nuro, are you sort of feeling that? Like this is just really a weird spirit play? Like,
you get used to it.
and Mister, I don't even pay attention to the spirits. Look at you, like actually acknowledging it's there, just denying it.
I like to think of whatever Nuro is feeling in the same way that when they're in this swamp, they're so absorbed by it that they don't even recognize a difference or like an otherworldliness. I think maybe there's enough of it here that it almost feels like coming home a little bit in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm going to dial that back. What it kind of feels like is anytime you've walked into like maximum humidity and you're just like, you're in a space that wasn't, and then you step outside and all of a sudden it's like, it feels heavy. It like when it's 100%, you walk out and you're like, I've hit a wall of moisture.
Yeah.
Like,
Gross. I hate that so much.
yeah, but like that spiritual density is probably
Yeah.
there. And yeah,
Spiritual density is good.
it feels like it's back at the swamp.
Yeah, I think so. So maybe like Nuro realizes like, oh, no, that hasn't been my normal for a long time.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
guys.
yeah, you can feel it too.
Yeah.
So like, it's just, it's dense. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, you know.
Yeah. I think I like it.
I mean,
I think there is a lot of time. There are times when I wish I could just jump into the spirit world.
I mean,
You know.
it kind of feels like you could almost do it here, right? Like,
I grew. I was locked up below for so long. Like I just wanted to be anywhere but where I was, and I've always, it was a bit of an obsession, the spirit world for me.
yeah, I mean,
And here we are. No, you're right. I think I should just give into it and not stress out so much.
like, look, it's up to you, but I'd say that's what you're feeling without even realizing, because you're not like in tune, like Nuro and I am. So
Tomo turns to Minh. I'm really looking forward to speaking to your father. I think he can help clear up a lot of things.
Meng Cho sort of walks back in at about that time with the tea tray ready and says, yes, he will be finishing work at some point in the near future and coming home.
Does Levy drink the tea?
The glaring. I don't know. I'm getting glared at.
That's good. Damn, I'm not glaring.
I
Sorry.
mean, like, yeah,
Just my face.
why wouldn't I drink the tea?
All right, Levy.
What have I done?
I'm not that.
Georgie, what have I done?
Minh,
I feel like I'm getting a lot of hate here.
welcome to me. Minh drinks the tea with a gusto previously unseen. There's plenty of memes about it, but yeah, just he smashes that tea. He's so excited. It's great.
Just opens his gullet.
And there goes the headphone.
Jesse
Drank so hard.
drank so hard that his headset flew off his
I didn't even see it fly off. It went so fast.
If you can't tell,
so
Jesse's
skinny.
really, really not in a comfort zone with Minh being here.
Kinda loving
I
this
really
energy.
don't know how to act. Jesse's really lost here.
Can I do a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna sort of look at Minh Fang and say, hey, look, I know that it's like it's got to be a lot being back here. It's sort of familiar and strange, and your mum, like your mum's never been here before, right? Like that's not really a.
Oh no, she has like every now and then, but like he sort of like gestures to where she was lounging about though, and he's like, but not like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of can I guide and comfort with harmony. Oh, it was nearly a 10 plus, but it turned into an 8 plus. But guess what? It's an 8 plus 2, so it's a 10 anyway. Okay, so if you sort of listen to what I'm saying, like, this is your home. You're allowed to be you here. You can clear a condition or 2 fatigue. And then you get to ask me a question.
Yeah,
I also, because I succeeded, I get to shifty balance. Where are you at? If you accept, otherwise you give
No. I think he will accept Levy's comfort, guide and comfort. And I'm +1, -1 in favor of heritage,
Okay.
which is my center. So you could move me to heritage or unity.
Yeah, I think in this case, he's going to move you towards unity.
Cool.
To get you right in the middle, even though that's not your center anymore, just trying to get that level balance.
Yeah. I think, Minh definitely hears this and is like, yeah, you're right. I can be myself. Like I didn't leave here in the best of terms, but only a handful of people experienced that. And I'm sure that that's not going to be an issue. I'm going to clear insecure.
Nice.
So now, Min's feeling a bit more stable after that. And I'm going to hold my question.
Jesse just looked around the room like he was just made the most power play move.
That was for the players.
Yep.
Yeah. So
He's like, thanks, Levy. Gives a pat, like hand on the shoulder. You're a true friend. You're one of the good ones.
I mean,
True friend.
we've been together for a long time now.
Oh
so
yeah. All the way on Shinsum and beyond, and what a time.
What a time. It's been
It's crazy, right, guys? How the world just changes.
I think it's war, Minfang. Changes us.
Oh, bummer, man.
war never changes.
Sorry, no. Need to relax.
Yeah.
Can I get more tea? Is there
We're
more
safe
tea?
here.
I think
Plenty.
Plenty.
Min will grab
Sorry.
the pot. And he's like, nah, it's bad luck to pour your own. So he pours it for Tomo. And he tops Nuro up again. Even though it's like, yeah, right. One for Levy.
No more for me. I'm all good.
More for me.
you don't like the tea, Levy?
It's
Tea
Oh, you
Levy.
love tea,
That's great.
Levy.
That's great, Nuro. Good joke.
No, I mean, I just I'm all good.
All right. Well, Mum, when's Dad home? Mother, sorry. When is Father returning to the abode?
Why do you talk to her like that, Minh? You sound like
But previously, I would.
It's called respect.
The Earth Kingdom is a.
it sounds like a whole lot of highfalutin nonsense to me.
Maybe, but
Hello, mother. What's that?
it's respecting your elders is not just about respecting them. It's about representing what they represent.
What?
He is now wearing a ring, which implies that he must, in fact, behave himself at all times, befitting of a FANG.
Befitting of a fang, huh?
Indeed.
Well, from what I heard about the fangs,
Oh, no, you shouldn't. I don't think about the things that I've told you.
No, go on, Minfang.
No, he hasn't said a single thing to me.
Is that so?
I mean, I might have mentioned how some of the ancestors perished perilously in past.
Important lessons.
Yeah, to learn.
Yes.
So
Yes,
am
I have learned so much from men.
Am I to understand that you've been to the family home then?
Yes, I do go home. Oh, I have some questions actually. And he coyly pulls out a Bofang scroll that he nicked from the thing with a "please don't kill me" look in his eyes towards his mother.
Without causing any great distress to anybody, would everyone who isn't a FANG please leave the premises for just a moment?
Yes, General.
Are you gonna be okay, man?
Oh yeah, I've got a ring now.
He's doomed.
Come on, guys. I'll show you this great place just around the corner that does these amazing little fried fishy bits.
Oh, they're so good. Absolutely. Take them to Wands.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Let's go.
Lead the way.
Yeah.
Levy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Levy just he walks out the door.
We follow unsurely.
I try and like give them like a reassuring thumbs up, like I'm good.
I think we see your face fall, like you just like let it drop a second too early.
Training with Peon Dao is not like anything most people have ever experienced. You honestly can't tell whether it's been a few days or a few weeks. It's been a while. The amount of sweat that has fallen from the brow, the amount of callus that's built up on hands that have never wielded a sword truly. It is grueling. And every day, Cole is getting better and better at doing what he's doing. We find ourselves mid-morning, and Peon Dao himself has finally stopped, for the very first time, to mop his own brow. There's at least some sense of accomplishment there, right?
Yeah.
You're getting faster. You're getting much faster.
Thank you, Master. You're a very good teacher.
I know. But we're not here for me. You never answered my question. Why do you want to begin to use this sword?
I need to be honest, Master. I've spent a lot of my life defending, being pushed back, putting up walls, and then I came across this sword, and some people very important to me said that I had to name it, and so I did. I called it Peacebringer.
It's a terrible name.
Shut up! It's what you're called. And I'm done defending. I'm done putting up walls. I'm done just passively protecting that which I find valuable. I mean to go out into the world and bring peace with this sword. And if that means that I have to use it to fight, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actively fight for a future.
I think that's a very noble sentiment. You were in the Fire Nation, yes?
That's correct.
And you were a soldier, yes?
Yes.
You don't present as one anymore. You carry yourself differently. When I first met you, you could almost smell it. What's changed?
That old life of mine was really just holding me back. So I did what I had to. I bound it all away so that I could be something different, something better.
I believe in a man with convictions. And I believe you when you say that.
Thank you, Master.
I have one last question for you before we get back into it. We've met before, haven't we?
Yes, we have, Master.
You know, it's strange. I just can't quite pick it. When was that?
Back on Shimson Big Island, you helped me and some friends on our way to Amashu.
Let's see. There was a small kid. Another had interesting hair, one really quiet. I mean, there was a firebender.
That doesn't bear thinking about now, Master. Let's get back to it.
You asked for it, and he comes at you with a flurry that, if you didn't block in time, was going to give you a whole new haircut. Okay, so quick question. Who do we want to go with? The three adventurers, or do we want to stick with Minh for a second?
What works?
I reckon I want to see Minh fry.
You want to see Minh fry? Minh Fang, Minh fry.
So, I would be lying if I said I wasn't expecting something of this accord when I gave you that stone. I would like to know what everybody else knows.
Okay. Well, have you heard any reports from Misty Palms Oasis?
I have not, but I have been heading north for a little while, and I am certain if I was to correspond with Boomy, there would be a different story.
So, you know how I haven't been doing it for ever? And then, well, I spoke to Bofang, and he was just like, just do it, bro. And I was like,
I'm sorry, just one more time. What was he? Your long dead ancestor Bofang said.
No, look, I'm paraphrasing, of course. But he essentially was like, move forward. So I did. And I kind of did a big splash the size of the town.
So
it's there. The town is still there. No one got hurt. Well, I did get a guy, but he had it coming. He was a firebender special ops team member, and apparently, according to what who told me?
Would it have been your firebending friend?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, anyway. He told me that Captain Hana told him that he was out of the fight because I burnt off an arm and a leg.
I see.
And that's what he was the one that gave me this, and he points to his scar on his face.
I see. It looks like it's healed very well.
Yeah, there's some pretty good healers on Shimsum that helped me out. But it gets itchy sometimes.
She holds out a hand to you.
Whatever she's going to do, he hands her the scroll, thinking that that's what she wants.
She takes your hand and ignores the scroll. And she says, this is something that I was afraid of, in that you felt you would need to make a big splash. And you did this exact thing. Now, I'm not admonishing you here. I'm just letting you know that that means that people now know that there is a FANG capable of doing this. And people will try and find you.
Well, I've been keeping it quiet. I mean, the guys know.
I understand. I really do. But that doesn't change the fact that it is yet another example whereby people will be looking for you, Minfang.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I don't think I have a choice. A lot's happened since we last spoke, and I've kind of embraced the destiny thing.
Don't worry, we'll do one of those strange catch-up moments at the start of the next episode.
Sure, that sounds good.
Sorry, the fourth wall just started crumbling a bit.
It's okay. She opens the
back
wall
up.
back up again.
But I have been having trouble since then. I can't really get it. I mean, I can, but only in real dire circumstances am I able to manifest any sort of ability. And he pulls out the scroll. He's like, this one in particular is quite... I can do it, but the conditions on which I can do it are close to death. And I don't necessarily... I can't do it actively yet. I can do it if I really have to, if I'm in dire straits, but I just can't actually do it. I can't do it now if you wanted me to. The most I can do is a pebble.
She sort of looks at the scroll and she says, this scroll was last mastered, at least I feel it was, by your grand uncle, your grandfather's brother.
Mm.
And it took him a while to get the swing of it. So I wouldn't panic. It will take time. Work on your basic form and boost yourself from there. And everything I've taught you, whether you believe this or not, I mean this to be true. Everything I ever taught you was a foundation and fundamental that you could take to the FANG stylings. Even detecting the heavy step. While not specifically a FANG move, it is something that we have been working on for generations. How have you progressed with this?
Yes, and I used it on a metal ship, and the reverberation made me feel everything. It was great.
I am very impressed with that, FANG.
But I'm still struggling to do it on a whim. It's generally these high adrenaline situations that I can get these moves out, but I just can't master them.
She smiles and she says, "Oh, that's easy. You're only used to one seismic step at a time, so it's a sensory overwhelm, in essence. In order to master this technique, you just need to do it 2 times in a row, or at least 2 times in short succession.
Oh.
And so what that means is that if you use detect the heavy step twice in an exchange, or in a combat, so two exchanges, you may mark it as mastered."
Oh, let's go, baby. Cool.
The old 1-2.
Step.
Yeah.
Let's show us your dance moves.
Nice. Yeah. And look, they know. And the lava.
I'm not a lava bender, Minh Fang. I can't give you a mastery for that. Why don't you chat with your boy, Bofang? Bro.
All right, mother. I understand that my style of speech is not to your liking, but I have to have a personality if I'm going to rise as a FANG. And he holds up gestures to the ring in his hand, on his hand.
And as we leave this moment of levity, we head to everybody outside. Yeah, it's just over here. It's Minh Fang's absolute favorite.
After you.
Yeah.
Basically, you arrive, and it's functionally a hole in the wall, like,
Okay. So I think Levy goes in and Nuro just looks up at Tomo and is like, Min's favorite place, huh?
Apparently. Let's give it a go. Why not?
Let's do it.
And I think as you step in, like, you see Levy's like ordering. He's like, so I'll have one of these ones. I'll have one of the salted ones. One of the jellied ones, please. Actually, 3 of the jellied ones, and one of the kelp kombu. Can I have the kelp? I mean, I don't think they'll like it, but maybe. And so, yeah. Are you going to? Are you coming up to Levy, or are you sort of standing back?
No. I think the pretty curious. Like, I mean, I think like Nuro, there shouldn't be any kind of starry-eyed wonder about like how like a place like the Water Tribe would run compared to the Foggy Swamp. So I think like they've seen. They're just watching.
Oh, Tomo, you're looking at this. This is not like a cooking stall that you've ever set up, because it's sort of a walk-in place. It's actually indoors, where most food, like either the restaurant itself has the kitchen out the back, or it's a food stall out the front where everything happens in front of you. This is sort of like one side you order from, and the other side is where they cook it. You can see it all happen. It's basically a fish and chip shop, if you think about it from that layout.
Yeah.
And so basically within too long you see that, Levy's like turned up with these things. So yeah, okay, so this one you absolutely have to try. This one is probably my favorite. This one is Min's favorite. And this one I think is kind of going to be your palate, Nuro. Try this.
Nuro takes it and has a little sniff. What does it smell like?
Salt.
Okay.
Like natural salt.
Okay. I think they take a bite. Is it crunchy?
It is. It's also a weird, like, it's kind of warm but also kind of cold. Like, just in terms of that mouthfeel texture. It's a bit on the bizarre side.
Nuro would definitely like it then, probably. Yeah, I think they're like pretty silently happy about it. Just like and then just keeps taking bites out of it.
Tomo,
Yeah.
yeah, you get the jellied one.
Okay.
And I think as you take a bite, the same deal. It's not appetizing But the mouthfeel is really interesting. Like it between the temperature difference and the fact that it's simultaneously crispy and squishy, you're like, Like this is probably the closest you've been to excited about eating something in a long while.
Wow. How's your one, Tomo?
It's something, and that's more than anything I've had recently.
Oh, wow.
Something. Can I get some more, Levy?
Yeah, I mean, like, and you know, he just points, and they do have some degree of menu that you can order off. So,
And what have you got?
and he runs through. I forgot what I said. Truth be told,
Kelp combo, kelp combo,
Yeah,
kelp combo.
Kelp combo's already gone to
Yeah.
Nuro. The jellied one has already gone. There's salt and there's something
It was
else.
a fried one, I think. It was some sort of fried.
Yeah, there's more things. You can make up a flavor if you want to like add something else to try. This can't just be an ash thing to constantly make.
Yeah.
I'd give you more flavors, but I'll get laughed at and admonished. So
Just don't have.
Surprise.
Just don't cover it in any kind of vegetables. That's all I'm asking. Just
Okay.
Yeah, there's one where the potato's in the fish, and there's one where the potato goes outside the fish,
if the fish is in the potato, it's just a potato surprise.
but on a stick.
on a stick. Is it all like meaty? Like is it all like meaty stuff, or is it mostly meaty? Or what have we got in front of us?
Yeah, like there's no vegetarian stuff because no one here eats vegetarian things. So like, it's
All
not,
fish, right?
yeah, it's all fish. So
It's all fish based. I think there's something like that like feels like yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm not about to buy that.
yeah,
I think Nura's like kind of so fancy so often. My mom would be so disappointed in how little I've been keeping up with my hunting.
hey, this is I mean, it's just snow out there. It's not like you're gonna like go hunting for anything in particular, right? Like,
There's nothing out there.
well, I mean, I don't really know, but it's just snow. Maybe they do have some like otter penguins or something.
There's always something somewhere.
It's true.
I mean, we have been hunting enemies.
Oh,
A different type of meal, you might say.
Maybe. I guess so.
The most deadliest catch, perhaps.
I guess you're right about that, Tomo.
How long do you think Minh Fang will need?
I mean, I don't know. Why don't we'll just go back when we feel it. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in like the Northern Water capital. Let's just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, and they walk out, like fish sticking out of their mouth, just like looking around in awe, and they're like, "Oh, that's so cool."
I think Nuro just is kind of like rushes to keep up a little bit and is like, so Miss told you a lot about his home here. He doesn't really like to talk about it much.
And I mean, I suppose
me.
it's the perks of being his best friend. You know, you get to. He's told me a lot of things. I don't know.
Well, Minh really needs someone like that, I guess.
Well, I mean, I know that Min's been like bullied a lot, by people, whether they mean to or not, and so it's nice to sort of just be there as someone that he needs, and
Well, how'd you get to be so nice, Levy?
I am years and years and years of practice.
He talks about this girl.
Yes, I think Ahani is a him story. I'm not. That's not one for me to share.
Oh, I was just curious. But look, since we're out and about here, like, where should we go? What should we look at?
I mean, like, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, where do you want to, Canal 7's over there, Sluice Gate 3.
I want to go to the top. And Nuro points like all the
To the top of the temple of Agna Qel'a.
I mean, sure. Tomo, that's good. Yeah.
I mean, there are no slides here. Nuro.
There are
It's
there are
not
some
like-
slides here. Like, you can you eat ends in water, like you get you'll splash, but there are slides.
Nuro just looks at Tomo.
I'm not even going to try to stop you. Go on.
Smash cut. I think that you see Levy and Nuro are just like sliding down, and it's not actually a slide so much as it is just like a parapet or something like
Yeah,
that's angled
yeah.
downwards, and it's got all the vibes of sliding down a banister, you know, like as they go, and it just ends in water. And it's like, you're gonna have to catch me. You're gonna have to catch me. Roll, rely on your skills and training.
That's a 9. Because that's passion, isn't it? No, that's focus, isn't it?
Rely on skill and training?
Yeah, I'm
focus.
so sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a 9.
I think that just as you're about to like hit that impact, you see the water begin to move, and it's that same sort of feel you've had a few times before, where the water density is different because it's colder and whatever else.
Yeah, this is bringing me back to when I was supposed to try and like lower us down into the water.
Actually, I might. Can I spend a fatigue? Yeah. So I'll give you. I think Levy squeezes you that little bit tighter, and that gives you the sort of inspiration. Like, oh right, there's 2 of us, and so you just sort of recompensate for the 2. I'll just mark that off.
Close one there.
Like, what does it look like re-entering the water?
I think the water like almost just like so we are going into the water, yes.
Well, I mean, technically you got a 10. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I like to imagine that the water comes up to meet us, and then I think Nuro would like to do like an ice. Like an ice pillar almost from it, kind of, and so like we just kind of land, like we just kind of like I don't know, do like a little
gives you a little
flip, and then just
start,
like land on like an ice pillar that's just come out of the water. If that's kind of what's. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like water gently hug us and then carry us across to land again.
Whichever way makes the best fan art. The 2 of you land.
Like on our tippy toes, just like, oh.
Yeah, it's like 10 landing,
Yeah.
you know, like nailed the dismount.
Yeah, Tomo just holds up a 10 sign. Yeah.
In different hands each, like Sooty's got 10s and 10s.
I think if it's like, that's a weird... I think Nuro goes away from that, remembering the slides from last time, but they swear it wasn't Levy. Oh, yes. Fun with Levy once more.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last slide that you went down was with Tomo. And
True.
Yeah. There's probably nothing steep or whatever with anybody else at any point. So as the 3 of you are standing around and looking like, oh, that wasn't a bad time or whatever else, you see a man come down and he has a smile on his face. And he said, well, you know, it's been a while since we've seen anyone really want to go down that slide like that. Usually the water is way too cold. Where are you kids going?
Can Tomo assess the hair situation?
You don't need to roll for this.
I think we just stare at the hair and then take a look at each other and, well, we're here with Minh. You look mighty familiar to me.
You must be the new family I've heard so much about.
Oh, Minh's talking about us?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, technically he's dreamed about you. Does that count?
Nuro does the biggest bow and...
Tomo does the same.
Yeah, and it's like, it's such an honor to meet you, sir.
No, nothing like that. My name is Yuka.
Yuka.
I'm Tomo.
Nuro.
Levy. I will endeavor to remember all of that. Now, I see that my wayward son is not with you.
He's having a conversation with Lady... It's not Lady Fang.
My wife, yes.
Lady... So, yes.
Like you've said Lady Fang, yeah.
It is Lady Fang. Yeah. He's having a wife with Lady Fang.
Best we go save him, lest... I see what you know what I mean. I take it you've met my wife?
Ah, yes. She's scary.
That is one of the reasons I love her. Let's go.
I'm sure it has its perks.
Minh, I think that you and your mother are...
Arm wrestling.
Is using the
She's using the stone arm
stone
because
arm.
because this is like a It's not a test of
bending
strength.
against your
It's
bending?
bending.
Yeah.
I picture your bracelet as like covering your hand like a palm.
Yeah. Or it's like an exoskeleton on the back of his fingers, like pushing down.
All right. Well, I'm going to roll because I know I don't normally roll for anything in this game. So I'll roll the new roll and we'll see who gets the higher number.
Yeah, great.
Just flat.
4.
7.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think you start being like, oh, this isn't so bad. And she goes, and she lifts like you just see one pebble move into a different spot and then down.
Oh, damn it. You know, I sort of like flicks the bracelet back around his hand and it's like, didn't have to slam so hard.
You didn't have to be so weak.
All right. I haven't been bending every day for 10 years. You have.
And she smiles. And it's probably about this time that the door opens and Yuka sticks his head and is like, knock, knock.
Dad. I did his accent. Dad. And Minh just runs to him and like,
Hey there, sport. And he wraps you up in a big embrace.
yeah, nice.
Everyone else follows in behind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey guys, you found my dad. Nice.
Oh, well, he found us technically.
Yeah, technically you found us.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a dream, and I told you, Dad was there, and you were there. No, you weren't there. Dad was there, and I told him what you looked like and about you. Maybe no, I didn't. I told he spirit stuff. Okay,
it's okay. I've already told them it's spirit stuff. It's complicated, and he doesn't like it.
Doesn't need. You know, they could just be a bit clearer. The spirits, like they don't need to be like this. They can just tell you what they want, but they don't do that.
Well, I mean, sometimes spirits aren't really clear in the way that they deal with the world. I'm really glad that you're getting more into your spiritual side. I really am.
Check out my sick scar.
That is really sick. It definitely does not make me sick to see that.
Yeah, I knew you'd like it. He's just like,
But no, you hanging out with spirits more and dealing with this type of thing.
yeah, we've got a spirit friend. His name's Arturo.
No, we don't, man. Don't.
Yeah, he's a. I feel like it's just there.
I mean, maybe it's just all the things you've been doing, right?
No, he was showing us something.
Something about vibes.
I think
them?
I think our food has been off and we've all been struggling.
Yeah, did you find out which barrel had the rotten food?
No, I couldn't find it.
Master Yuka, we have been experiencing some strange sensation. Like I myself have been inflicted by some spiritual.
They've got some real bad spirit problems, Dad.
Yeah, a giant, rabbit thing jumped through his belly.
Okay, that is news.
And there's 2 of them. And I karate chopped one with some blue hand.
You did a really good job.
And Levy's got his own stuff going on.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, Levy, what do you got going on?
I'm just. It's just my stuff. It's fine. Look, I don't think we need to really worry about Levy. Right, the 3 of you have a seat, and
You got to have an open mind, guys. It's going to get weird.
he says,
Lay it on me.
"Levy, do you want to join in?" Yes.
It's good for the soul, apparently.
Please, Levy. It would make me feel so much better.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yes. So I'll sit. And Yuka says, yeah, okay. Meng Shou then says, I'll go fetch more tea. You'll want it when we're done. And so Yuka has everyone sitting down next to each other. Yuka takes some water out of what could only really be described as like a scrying bowl. It's got that, that depth to it. It's just a little bit mysterious looking. It's got a little bit of that, that's special somehow, vibe. And he takes it out and he starts swirling it around. And the motions that he's doing, his hands are moving counter-directional motions. So one's clockwise, one's counterclockwise. And as he's moving, you see this big ring surround you all. Like, everyone's entranced by this. Minh, you've seen it. You may not have had it done to you before, but you've seen this happen.
I feel like his dad's tried, but he's like, Minh, you're too close. Like, this isn't going to work if you don't do it. And he doesn't. Like, I think he's like, here we go. Like, we're going to, yeah.
And it's all above your heads and everyone's looking up at this thing. And he begins to swirl it and it brings it down. As it does, it almost becomes 4 loops that are simultaneously connected and disconnected. And then the final one matches around him. So there are 5 rings in total. And the water begins to glow. And this golden colour. And as you're sort of looking down, thinking this is weird, it looks like he flings his hands up and your world flashes white. And all of you are standing in a space that feels kind of like that space within spaces you've been, but it's different again. It's something entirely strange. And you all look at each other and you all feel almost intangible. Like, you know, you've got that slight blue tinge. You've got that overall sense that you are not in your own body. And several things are clear. Minh Fang looks like his bloodstream is glowing. Tomo looks like there is a hole directly in his midsection. Nuro has what can only be described as a monstrous horror shadow tendril thing just floating around. As you are all looking around each other, you almost simultaneously turn to look at Levy. And the thing that stands out the most is that Levy doesn't look any different to the material world to now. They aren't full of spirit energy the way that you all are. They are whole and manifest.
I think immediately Nuro and their aspect locks on Levy. There's just like this feeling of panic, like this, like hairs go up on the back of their neck, and the tentacles just like almost just shoot right at, like not at Levy. They shoot towards Levy, like almost like a homing, like
pointing,
pointing beacon, and just like staring Levy down.
Levy holds up a hand, and you see that there is almost a wall or a barrier that they hit that don't get through.
Tomo is going to step away from Nuro and I think flank up to Minh, and even though he knows it's useless, I think instinctively the tonfas are gonna come out if they can. Like, I don't know if they even materialize in this.
They're part of you, sure.
Yeah, like
That's cool.
and I turn to Minh. Is Yuka still in the space actually with us?
Yeah, Yuka is, to say looking surprised, I think that he's looking at the lot of you being like, I have no idea what's going on right now. There is clearly something that is amongst the 4 of you that he is not aware of.
I think I'm gonna look at Minh Fang, and then I'm gonna look to Yuka. What's going on? Are we in danger?
No one should be in danger here. I mean, this is a lot for me right now. I mean,
Minh sort of looks around and he looks to Tomo and Nuro, sort of worried for a moment, and then his dad, who's now becoming more worried, right?
well, I mean, yeah, Minh, I understand yours. You mentioned a problem. Nuro, this is a lot going on, but why is everyone attacking the spirit?
Minh has one question that Levy has to answer honestly.
Yeah, yes.
And he look, and as soon as he says the spirit and he gestures to Levy, he's like, "Where's Banji?"
As the sun sets on this absolute gorgeous island somewhere in the Fire Nation, we see Cole packing what few possessions he has with him, getting ready to go, and walk down to the blue dragon that's sitting on the beach. In the time that you've been with me, I have never seen a student pick up the techniques I'm trying to teach with so much ease and execute them with so much finesse.
Thank you, Master. You do me a great honor by teaching me.
I think some of that has to do with the fact that your sword speaks to you. But I'm not here to judge.
Yes, I think I need to start listening to him a bit more.
Yes, I've been saying that for a very long time.
It's an effective tool and hopefully a stalwart friend going into the future.
Spoken like a true dragon, full of deception and lies.
A dragon? You didn't mention that before.
That's right. I didn't want to seem boastful in the face of a clear master.
That is genuinely a clever idea. So, you speak to a sword, and you're friends with a dragon, and you claim the title of dragon. And you still don't want me to know anything about you.
With all due respect, Master, people that know things about me end up being hurt. And so, although long time ago I said I wanted to stop protecting by running away, I think maybe just this last time I'm going to protect you by withholding the truth.
You know, I've faced a lot of enemies in my life, and not all of them were enemies. But I still think that maybe this is a battle I don't want to try and win in any way, shape, or form. So I appreciate that.
You surely have learned by now that I'm quite stubborn.
I have a gift for you. And he reaches into his robes, and he takes out a red ribbon and gestures for you to hold out your left hand.
Cole does.
He wrapped it around as an intricate bow. It's not like anything you've seen. It almost looks like a weave of work. And once it's on, it doesn't move. It is latticed beautifully. And you see it wraps around the wrist in a perfect circle. And then it looks like almost a lifeline running up your arm. The way of the sword is open to everyone. But for some people, their nation defines them. You absolutely had the passion and the drive to accomplish the task you're setting out for. I want you to succeed. If you ever find me again, I am certain I can find a place for you anywhere in the world. But I'll be surprised, because I assume you have great things in front of you.
Thank you, Master. And thank you for this gift and your very generous offer of finding a place for me. I think I have a place. At least I did, and I hope I still do, with family. And as much as I love the company, I think it's about time I start getting back to them. And then Cole gives a very deep bow.
You see Piandao return it.
Cole climbs up into the captain's seat of the dragon and looks back to Piandao and gives another bow with just his head, and then turns and says, "All right, Hikaru, let's mosey."
The book Book of War is Lucas Lee as Tomo, Georgie Hazel as Nuro, Ted Darling as Banji, myself Jesse Thomas as Minh FANG, and Ash Cooper as our Game Master. The theme song and outro, The Book of War Remains, is by Matt Harrison, and additional sound effects and music are from zapsplat.com. We have some very exciting news to share with you. We are doing our first live show, and we're actually doing it at PAX Australia in Melbourne on the Friday. So if you are in Melbourne and you have tickets to PAX, come on down on Friday the 11th of October to the Owlbear Theatre, where you can find us doing a live show at 10:30 in the morning, and we are super excited and super crazy and super wild about it. You can buy tickets at oz.paxsite.com, and you can get either the one-day Friday pass or the 3-day pass. But that's our main focus now until we do that, so I don't have much else to tell you, so we will see you next time. The next episode will be out on September 28th. We'll see you then.
I like the goose monkey.
I like the goose monkey. There you go.
I don't know what this is, but I'm glad that you do.
No.
Say it, you coward.
No, I'm not going to throw in anything either.
I
so
like
I'm-
to goose monkey.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.